Hey, Hank Rothrock, Stewart Academy, ELA Master Teacher. Engage, empower, educate every student every day. Let me get this going real quick. Teacher versus student. Let me move this guy over here. Let me present here. All right, teacher versus student. So I've done a lot of videos on teacher versus student, but I thought I'd try to go a little more in depth with this. Now, hold up. If you haven't watched the phone program where I went in depth on that last week, go back and watch that, because really for teacher versus student to work, you have to have big consequences that work. The phone program is a consequence that works. Does it work 100%? No. But maybe some of the other consequences that you're trying to dole out aren't working either. So here's the thing. In 6 years, I had one kid that the phone program didn't work out on. So it does definitely work. It takes a little bit of work on your part, and you got to work out some things. You got to work through it. I can help you do that. Reach out for help, reach out for support, and I'll do that. But watch that video on the phone program. I talked about that for a long time, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore here, because there's multiple videos for that. Teacher versus student, the basic premise, real quick. For teachers, we're going to call it praise the behavior you want to see and redirection. Like I said, every teacher in this building redirects. We either redirect really well or we redirect really poorly. Either well, we're doing a lot of redirection. We're doing a lot of don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Sit over there, be quiet, please. Why won't you be quiet? Why won't you shut up? Right? And so this is how things go. You redirect. Now you're redirecting 5 kids, 1 kid, 10 kids. The other 20 kids in the room, they start to internalize that. They sort of take that on. And it gets into the culture. It gets into the kid's mind. Okay, I'm not good. This school's not good. Then they start to break away from you. They don't want to work for you because all you do is complain. Now, they know for about a week that you're complaining about these kids, but then after a while, they just get tired of hearing it. They think you're just complaining about them. You don't see anything good in them. You never recognize what they do. So if you throw in praise a little bit, you don't have to do teacher versus student. You don't have to do classroom dojo. If you just started praising the behavior you wanted to see and just saw and just took for a moment, reflected on it. Okay, I praised this kid. I praised this kid. And they, it might be that we're in December and we've become so entrenched that it's going to take a while to get back to it. But there's no time better to start over than today, right? You can wait till January, and that's a good time too, to kind of treat it like it's the beginning of the year. But we got 3 weeks left here in December. Tuesday's off. Wednesday's a good day to start over. If it's consistently not working, then consistently do something else. If I'm writing referrals, which I know you're supposed to do, and you write those referrals, but if the behavior's not changing, maybe we need to do something else. Maybe we need to do some of these things. If you tried this once or twice and it didn't work, maybe you need to try it some more. If you're doing things that aren't working, maybe you need to continue to try those. So basically, teacher versus student, the kid does something right, you give them a point, you celebrate it. Oh, thank you all for doing that. Thank you all for everybody's at a voice level 0. I'm going to give you 2 points for that. Everybody's seated. I'm going to give a point for that. I got 2 people up though. I'm going to give myself 2 points for that, right? I really like how you're raising your hand over there. I'm going to give you guys a point for that. And it's just like that. You got to be a little quick on your feet, right? But it's just like you're giving points and you're giving yourself points, right? Every time you got it correct. And this board should be full once you're done. I know you can't see that, but you get my point, right? And you got it right here in front of you. So you pass the points back and forth, and it's a silly little game. And if you have the phone program as a big consequence, you can say, hey, we don't have to do rewards. If you don't like rewards, that's fine. We'll just do consequences, and here's my steps, right? You can also earn this off or not. You can just earn it, right? So let's move forward. The rewards are the big thing, and you got to hype them up because, our kids twist everything. I can't say his name right now. Dang, I'm going to say his name again like I did last week, but it's a different kid, but he was complaining this and that, and I said, I bet I would give you a bowl of ice cream right now. And you would say, why isn't there chocolate syrup on it? Like, you would complain about that. And he didn't get it. So I explained, I'm like, I'd give you a bowl of ice cream and you find something to complain about. And he was like, and it shut him up for a minute, because it started, we got to twist their minds back. We got to actively do that. They actively think everything sucks. They come into school, just like I'm teaching in Miss Rodriguez's class right now. And I go in there and I get them managed like really quickly. I build teacher versus student really quickly. We start doing that. I talk about rewards. I get them going. They're working for rewards. But then they start to do this. The first day they did this. Okay, I'll be quiet. I'm bored of being quiet. I'm not giving you a chance, but I can be quiet for these rewards. And I'm going to put my head down and go to sleep. And I have about 3 heads go down, right? So now my next phase is getting those heads up. All right. As soon as you get them managed, then they think, oh, here's how I play school. I put my head down. I go, well, not in my room. You don't put your head down in my room. And so I started doing points for putting your head down, right? I started doing calls. I started doing phone program for putting your head down. Because now that I got you actively not calling out and screaming and acting crazy, right? Now that you're just playing school, those aren't the 2 options. Act crazy or go to sleep. There's a million other options, boys and girls, right? So we got to get them there, though. That's part of us. That's part of our mission at Stewart, is to give kids other choices, okay? So say they get the reward, right? The daily reward is on this Monday. They get some talk time at the end of class, right? You save so much instructional time that they can get that talk time. Now, they truly got to win. Now, you want them to get some wins. You want them to get some victories. You don't want to just point out all the bad and have a million points over there. You want to be smart. You want to keep it close. You want to keep it a game, right? Like I had kids, I had the board filled, right? They were like 6 points ahead, 7 points ahead. And then I had 3 people talking. I go, bam, bam, bam. That's 3 people talking. I got 3 points there. Oh, you're still talking? I got 4 points. I go, guys, this can turn around quickly. All you got to do, and this was like the last 10 minutes of class, the worst time, they get antsy because they're human beings, right? And that's a way to keep that last 10 minutes and get stuff done still in that last 10 minutes. Okay, so usually what I like to do is if they win Monday, I put win real big, or I put a big check. They win Tuesday, they win Wednesday, they win Thursday, I give a big check. If they lose a day, I put lost really big. Is that public shaming? I mean, yeah, but then it's a goal. They see all the other checks. They see all the other classes that are winning. Oh, yeah, I put the classes on the side here, like 802, 803, 804. And so then I check. But say I have a big loss here on Wednesday. Well, I low-key offer this group, because you got to get 5 days in a row to get the big reward on Friday, right? So then I offer them, okay, I say, look, if you guys win, like I'm not going to do this again, but if you lost Wednesday, and so you're starting over, right? You got to get 5 days in a row, but I will make this exception for you this one time. If you beat me by 5 points, you got to win by 5 points. You can still get your reward on Friday. You also got to win Friday. You can't go crazy on Friday and expect to get rewarded. That's not going to happen. So that's one thing I do. Then if they blow up again, because it's always that one class that just can't seem to make it to 5 days, you say, okay, we said 5 points last time. It's got to be 6. You got to beat me by 6 this time if that happens. Because, I had a class that would lose about once a week for a while until they really started to get it together. And so what's the big reward on Friday? You can do all kinds of stuff. People buy chips. People buy stuff. I don't like to buy stuff because I don't like to spend money. And I have an accountant for a wife, right? And she's like, come on, what you doing? I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because the first year I started doing, it was year 1. I started doing hot fries and stuff, rewards. I mean, it really broke the bank. So I like to do 10 minutes of a movie, and you got to sell that. And here's an easy way to sell it. Laura Dahl doesn't want you playing movies in your room, and you shouldn't. We work in an academic institution. But say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I saved, and I really truly saved so much instructional time during this week at Stewart Middle School that these kids honestly earned 10 minutes of a movie. And I says, this is exactly how to promote to the kids. Then yeah, absolutely, you get 10 minutes of a movie. I gave them 3 choices, majority rules. We watched that movie, keep it PG, you know what I mean? PG-13, whatever. Just keep it. Don't let them trick you into playing white chicks, okay? I'm not saying they ever did that to me. I'm just saying, don't let them trick you into playing white chicks. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else on here. There's the phone program again. This is one thing that I did start to put up last year. No, that was this year. So I kind of reminded them, today's reward, remember, you get the last 10 minutes to chill because you've earned all this. That's if you want teacher versus student for the week. And that's if everyone's at a voice level 0 when I'm asking you to be. So I gave them kind of 2 directives. And if I can, I leave this up. Now, if I got other stuff I need on my board, I put it up. But every once in a while, I pop this back up there and just remind them. Because, our kids, they're in middle school and they need instant gratification. They need instant gratification, right? Instant rewards. And, from now to the end of class might not be instant enough for some of our kids. So you got to remind them, remember, here's the big carrot hanging out for them. So, the things I want to, there's an example of the 3 movies I put up. These are 3 safe movies. I put them up. I let them vote, right? And no one wants to watch Wrinkle in Time anymore. So it seems to be Moana or Next Gen. And, they like other movies too. If you don't have a Netflix account, maybe you can figure something else out. Maybe it can be free Chromebook time. If the kids go, I don't want to do that, then ask them. Put it back there. What would you guys like? What would you like 10 minutes of? They'll say crazy stuff. You got to bring it down, to what you can handle and what you want to handle, to be honest with you. So, guys, look, I know that it's hard. I teach it in the classroom, so I keep a handle on how hard it gets. I get it. It's not easy to work in our school. First of all, thank you for doing that. And try these things. Like if you're just drowning, reach out for support. Try these strategies. Try something like this. Try Classroom Dojo. Try teacher versus student, or just try praise the behavior you want to see. Just try to do that with some kids, especially those kids that never hear praise. Try to praise them a little bit. See where it gets you. You start to build a little relationship there. You start to chip away at everything, right? You start to chip away and gain some ground. It's all about gaining some ground. Anyway, thank you guys for your time. Hank Rothrock, Stewart Academy, ELA Master Teacher. Engage, empower, educate every student, every day. Thank you.